Post-harvest losses for grains and pulses in Africa cost Africans more than $4 billion a year, or almost 15% of the total production value. Reducing post-harvest losses along food chains can provide a cost-effective means of promoting food and nutrition security. This is particularly true in Sub-Saharan Africa, where up to 40% of food losses occur at the post-harvest and processing stage. Common causes of these losses are inadequate handling and storage practices at the household level, causing grain damage by insects, molds, and rodents.
As we speak now, cereals in Africa is in short supply. As we speak now, the cost of food is very high. And the reason being is because of limited amount of food due to post-harvest losses.
In Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa, about 100 million tons of food is lost. If you put together the amount of food we import and the amount of food aid, it doesn't even come to that much.
For us to be able to reduce hunger, it means we have to increase our productivity. We have to increase our food availability to our people. We cannot continue to talk about making food available without thinking about how to reduce the losses that we currently incurring.
One of the initiatives addressing this issue is the recently concluded Post-Harvest Management in Sub-Saharan Africa project, implemented by a consortium consisting of Helvetia Swiss Intercooperation, FANRPAN, the African Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services, and AgriDea, with support from the Global Programme for Food Security of the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation. The main goal was to increase food security of smaller farmers through reduced post-harvest losses at farm and community level. This project has a regional focus and intervention logic, including pilot activities in Benin and Mozambique during the first phase from 2013 to 2017.
So the project has three main aims. We look with farmers which are the best adapted technologies and practices in their specific context. We compile these in a range of dissemination tools that you see behind me, manuals, but also videos, accessible to farmers, but also extension workers. Then we have the third component, which is the policy component. In that component, we try to bring this important topic, post-harvest management, into the policies of local, national, and even regional governance and networks.
We help in regional dissemination of the practices. We also compile and develop and elaborate the different practices into extension materials. But also at country level, we do the extension part, helping to make this information to reach the farmers, but also to reach the other actors that are in the country, so that we have an upscaling of the PHM technologies within the countries, but also at regional level.
The project addressed identified challenges in local communities by promoting improved post-harvest practices like simple threshing machines, tarpaulins for drying, and better grain storage technologies like hermetic bags and metal silos. These technologies protect stored grain from insect pests without the use of chemicals. Families could increase food security, thus reducing their vulnerability to famine. Other benefits include improved family health due to consumption of safely stored grain without the use of storage chemicals.
Phase 1 of the project was to prove the concept with regard to which innovation works. Phase 2 of the project was meant to scale up and out, scaling up with regard to making sure that the evidence generated from the pilot countries are feeding into the region.
The project managed to enlist the participation of strategic interest groups to actively participate in advocacy initiatives and policy dialogues. Both pilot countries also conducted several stakeholder meetings to identify and advocate for the integration of post-harvest management activities in development plans. FANRPAN established and actively nurtured several productive partnerships with influential organizations to promote post-harvest management objectives, including CARE International, Oxfam, GIZ, the Consumer Goods Council of South Africa, Partnership for Aflatoxin Control in Africa, and the Agricultural and Food Systems Resilience Program.
For introducing the project, The node has brought together all that have stake in terms of making sure that post-harvest loss technologies and practices are integrated into national policies and programs. As FANRPAN, we are satisfied with what the project has achieved. The proof of concept of evidence from Benin and Mozambique has provided us with models, tools, and frameworks to make sure that other governments elsewhere within the continent are able to integrate practices of managing post-harvest.
The progress made over the project period will continue to influence change and improvement in post-harvest management practices and policies. The initiative has undoubtedly contributed significant momentum towards achieving the commitments set out in the 2014 Malabo Declaration by African Union heads of state and government to end hunger and halve the levels of post-harvest losses by the year 2025.